When you present yourself, I've already discussed in the previous video how to present yourself more effectively and how to actually go in and walk with confidence. What I haven't talked about is the way you present yourself in terms of your voice. A lot of the times people only focus about their outward appearance and just the way they walk in and the way they lift up their head and roll back their chest and things like that. That is only a part of the story because you can walk in as confident as you want, but if your responses are lackluster in terms of both the content and the presentation, no one's actually going to care. I want you to understand that your interviewers are most likely going to be teachers at the school. They're already going to have a bunch of subjects that they've prepared for and have run classes for. They are using their free periods to actually interview you. They're using their free time that they could be using to relax to interview you. So when they go through 30 or 40 candidates, they all mesh together. Then they look at their notes a couple days after when they are deciding who decides to get in and who doesn't. They see your name. What are they going to think when they see your name? Are you going to be just another forgettable candidate? Are you going to be just another person who decided to do an interview? Or are you going to be someone that they actually remember? Are you going to be someone that gave such good delivery of your responses, that gave such good answers in terms of content in your responses? Are you going to be someone that sticks out in their mind? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Yes, the content of your speech is important. Yes, the content of your responses are incredibly important. Yes, the way you present yourself is incredibly important. But what's also important is the way you say things, the way you emphasize certain words, the way that you pause, the way that you carry your story. So I want you to really ask yourself, are your responses memorable if you don't attach your face to them? If you don't attach your name to them? Are they memorable? And the best way to test this is this weird strategy I've used for many, many years whenever I have a presentation to do, whenever I have some type of speech to prepare for. The best strategy you can use is recording yourself. It's bizarre, recording yourself as you respond to questions and seeing if you yourself are engaged in that recording. Record yourself responding to a bunch of interview questions. And then the next day, on the trip to school or on the trip back or whenever you have free time, listen to that recording and then analyze it. See where you put filler words. See where it gets a little bit boring. See where the tension in your responses, the tension in your story wavers off or tapers off. And look at how impactful your voice is without having hand gestures and without having your face onto them. Because if your voice is memorable enough, if your voice is clear and if you're pronouncing things correctly and you give good emphasis on certain points and you make your voice engaging, the examiner who's not only listening to what you're saying, but also seeing you in person in front of them, is more likely to attach your story to your face and your name. And so after they look through all their candidates, when they see your name on the list, they're going to think, oh yeah, that was that person with the really good story. That was that person who stood out amongst the rest that I still vividly remember because they were engaging. That was the person that made the entire slug of 40 to 50 students that I interviewed and stood out. Don't go in with arrogance. Don't go in thinking that I'm going to deliver a phenomenal speech and I'm going to make it super, super interesting for people. Don't think that. But think about how you can make it engaging without straining yourself. Think about how you can make it more interesting without straining yourself. If your response is boring, challenge yourself to make it more interesting through the pitch of your voice, through the way you speak, through the way you emphasize things, through the way you pause. And when you do that, when you have good emphasis, when you project yourself clearly in a crowded room with a bunch of people doing their interview, when your examiner looks you in the eye and is drawn to every single word you have, they're going to remember you. And when they remember you, many, many days after, that's going to be the best weapon you have. So are you going to be forgettable? Or are you going to be remarkable? Test yourself. Record yourself. Push yourself. Analyze. Reanalyze. Tweak. Retweak. Try things. Realize they don't work. Try them again. Try something better. Try something different. Research. Find different ways to say the same story. And then pick the one that's best for you. Because when you learn how to effectively communicate your ideas, when you learn how to be engaging, a new door opens up. And then it doesn't matter who the interviewer is. It doesn't matter who decides to listen to you. Because they're going to remember you. Anyway, that's it. That's the video. You know the drill by now. Don't like, don't comment, don't sub. Log off and do something else now. See ya.